Hey guys, this is Kelly again. This is going to be a short review for Man in the Mirror and Searching for Neverland. I tried watching the Man in the Mirror documentary and giving my insight while it was playing, and YouTube said my video was too long, so I have to redo my video. Man in the Mirror was horrible. The impersonator that they had on there, whoever did the makeup and the hair and the wardrobe, did a bad job. That documentary in and of itself made Michael look bad. Like, they kept pointing out his flaws. They kept saying, oh, he couldn't have a relationship with a woman. They talked about the allegations and everything else, and it was just like horrible. Now, Searching for Neverland was much, much, much better because they actually had people on there behind the scenes that knew what they were doing with the costume and the hair and the makeup. Navi did a beautiful, much better job than the other one. Navi had the voice down. It was a little off, but it was down. Yes, he has an accent, but that shouldn't matter. You know, if you're an MJ impersonator and you're well known, you know, it shouldn't matter. Navi did a better job. Got the mannerisms, got the outfit, the hair, the makeup, everything down pat. And it also should be known that Navi knew Michael personally. They weren't really close friends, but he was Michael's personal decoy for a long time. So he got to see how Michael was able to interact with fans and see how he tolerated it. Like I said, Searching for Neverland was much better. I was able to watch it because I could feel all the emotions Michael had to go through after the trial. Just being drained physically, mentally, and emotionally. Just having the whole world hate you for something you didn't do. And so I have more respect for Michael. I love him to pieces. I miss the living holy hell out of him. I will say that I have better respect for Joe because even though Michael and Joe didn't have a very close relationship, Joe always had Michael's back, no matter what. I mean, there was this one scene in the movie where Randy just all of a sudden goes to the house, runs through the gate, and tells Michael's bodyguards, "Give me my money." And then one of them's like, "No, if you want to see Michael, let me tell him you're here, and then you can go from there." And it's like, no, I want my money. And so Michael had one of his bodyguards call Joseph, and Joseph was like, "Did you threaten to call the press on your brother if he wouldn't give you money? What the living holy hell is wrong with you?" I mean, Joseph gave Randy a tongue lashing, and Randy was like, "Oh, shit." Even as a grown man, he'd be like, "Oh, fuck. I just did it again. I got my ass chewed out by my father." But, you know, I've lost respect for Randy. I've lost respect for Michael's former publicist because I kept reading on MJJC, or Michael Joseph Jackson Community Fan Forum that I'm a part of, that I haven't been into in months, that Bane kept fan mail from Michael. Michael didn't get to read any of it. She threw it out. She kept paychecks from his bodyguards, just to be greedy. So I've lost respect for her. I have more respect for the bodyguards because they were protecting Michael at all times. And wherever he went, if he needed to go somewhere, they were with him. If he needed anything, they were there. You know, they were there. They were loyal. Everybody else that claimed to care about him and be there wasn't there. And that in turn pissed off the bodyguards because the bodyguards were the ones doing the work, taking care of Michael and the children, making sure the children were safe. Pretty good example of that is after Michael and his children went to go see Charlie Chaplin. They had a movie theater closed to the public so that Michael and his kids could enjoy a film, which happened to be Charlie Chaplin. They went out and they watched the movie, you know, popcorn, soda, what have you. After the movie, they were on their way out, and Michael and his kids got bombarded by paparazzi. I mean, literally just bombarded. And one of the paparazzi ended up getting a picture of the youngest son, Blanket, Benji, as he's now known. One of the bodyguards tackled the photographer and literally almost tumbled into the ground. He said, you know, get the hell out of here. You don't need to be taking pictures of Michael Jackson's children. They confiscated the camera. The camera got destroyed by a former publicist. That publicist got fired. Michael had to pay $175,000 to have it go away, I believe. And all, to be honest, Finding Neverland was a lot better than Man in the Mirror. The makeup for Finding Neverland, along with the wardrobe and the wigs, was a lot better. Navi got the whole thing right. Did everything right. I have nothing against him. The Man in the Mirror documentary was utter and complete crap. I wish they never showed it, but since it was Michael's 8th year of his passing, they decided to show it anyway. They should have showed video footage, interviews that he did. That would have been a lot easier, more tolerable. My feelings for Conrad Murray are still the same as they've always been. This prick gets to see his kids, his many mistresses. He gets to be with his wife. He gets to do the things that Michael should be doing. But Michael isn't here anymore. I don't think he should ever practice medicine again. I know his license has been revoked. But I'm hearing that he's getting a chance he's being investigated for doing it in another country. And it could be bad for him. Like, he's a sick, demented, twisted prick. He doesn't care about anybody else but himself. He didn't care about, if you're going to be a doctor, you should put your financial wants and needs away. Put your wants and needs on the side. If you're going to have Michael Jackson as your patient, you should put your wants and needs aside and take care of him. But I could see why he would want the $150,000 a month, because he too was in deep debt. I'm always going to have the same opinion on Conrad Murray. Conrad Murray can rot in hell for all I care. If it were me, I would have walked away and said, no, you can't have that. He could have walked away and said, no, I'm not going to give you the propofol. You don't need it. Find somebody else. But Conrad was so wrapped up in the financial aspect of it. He didn't care. He wanted his money, and he was going to find a way to do it. And of course, if he wasn't going to get his money, he was going to use the audio that was recorded, secretly recorded without Michael's knowledge, with Michael heavily sedated, under anesthesia, and sounding completely out of it. That was how he was going to get his money. If he was not going to get paid $150,000, he was going to use the audio against Michael and break Michael's trust once more. So, that's my 2 cents. I should be doing more videos in the future. Right now, I'm kind of taking a break. I'm enjoying myself. So, alright. Thanks for watching. Bye.